Please make sure your speakers are on. You're going to want to hear this. This video won't be online for very long. In fact, I'm going to have to take it down very soon, and I'll tell you why in a few minutes. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Hi, my name is Heather Vale Goss, also known as the Unwrapper. I've spent my entire career honing and refining probably the absolute best way to create valuable content both online and off. Over the years, I've used these techniques to leverage the knowledge of literally hundreds of celebrities and experts. From how to get traffic to your website and build a receptive list of eager subscribers, to how to tap into your subconscious mind and use your emotions to achieve what you want, and even how to have fun and make money by asking people questions. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today, because it's one of the most potentially profitable secrets I've ever uncovered by far. It's also something that nearly anyone can learn to do very effectively for both fun and profit. But before we go on, I need to let you know that this presentation is only designed for 3 types of people. So I'll ask you a few questions. Do you want to start or build an online business and create quality content that will make customers whip out their wallets to buy? Are you looking for a way to drive quality, targeted traffic to your website through viral marketing methods like social media? Or are you an affiliate marketer who wants a proven way to stand out from the crowd and increase your sales and conversions? If you answered yes to any of those questions and you like the idea of being able to leverage your efforts, this video is for you. In fact, if you've been struggling with online marketing in any way, I think you're going to love what I'm about to share with you. Over the next several minutes, I'm going to be revealing my secret for profitable content creation along with the following 6 facts. How exactly my secret to online profits works, what other people are doing wrong that seriously impacts their profit potential, why the excuses you might have about why it won't work for you are simply nonsense, how anyone can get started creating powerful content right away, why I believe this is the most profitable secret I've found to date if you're an entrepreneur in any capacity, and why I'm the perfect person to teach you how to implement these strategies in the most effective way possible. We'll start with the last one because the truth is, if you've ever thought you can't create your own products or been told to take action but not known exactly what kind of action to take, or even been taught that my secret is indeed the best way to create quality content online, but not been told how to do it, I know exactly how you feel, and I can help you. Let me explain. 17 years ago, I was standing in the TV studio where I worked, absolutely horrified by what I was watching. It was a nightmare. The girl asking questions on screen looked like a scared mouse trying to pretend that the camera wasn't there. It was the worst interview I had ever seen in my life. There was no passion, no interest, no pizzazz, no knowledge. She had no right to be interviewing anybody. And the worst part was, that interviewer was me. Watching my first interview back was the most devastating thing I had ever done in my life. And the most empowering thing I could have done at that moment. Because right then, something very important clicked. There had to be more to it than reading a list of questions off a page and waiting for the guest to fill in the blanks. I had just conducted a questionnaire. I looked bored. It was obvious I didn't care. And neither would anybody watching. Creating bad content that nobody would enjoy or learn from wasn't enough for me. I had to discover what makes a good interview. I wanted to learn the secrets of the world's best interviewers, and that's what I set out to do. I studied from them to find out what did they do right, what did they do wrong, what could I do the same, and what could I do better. I learned the hard way through trial and error, but I finally cracked the code. And suddenly people were telling me I had become one of the best. If you haven't guessed by now, my secret for creating profitable online content is interviewing experts. And you may have been told about this secret before. In fact, a lot of internet marketing gurus talk about its power. But I'll bet everything I've ever made online that you haven't been told the whole story, and that there have been major pieces missing which prevented you from creating the best content you could with that knowledge. Let me expand on that. You might have already heard about the benefits of this process, which involves finding one or more experts in your chosen niche, researching the topic and the expert's work, preparing an introduction and some notes, setting up a time for a live event or private recording, and asking the expert a series of questions over the phone or on video, then editing and releasing your final recording. Pretty simple, right? Sure, but simple doesn't necessarily mean easy. So, back to those benefits I just mentioned. Expert interviews allow you to do a lot of things and maximize your efforts at the same time. Interviewing allows you to leverage experts' knowledge, leverage name power, leverage internet traffic, create quality products quickly, build your reputation, attract bigger experts, attract more customers, learn any topic faster, and open doors of opportunity. All of these benefits make expert interviews the most lucrative and effective way to create top-notch, desirable online content. Nothing else lets you create products of higher quality faster or easier, once you know how to do it right. Again, you might have heard some of that before, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, enough to whet your appetite but not give you the means to enjoy the full meal. The more important question is, do you know how to make the simple process easy, effective, and profitable? I feel that in order to bring in a nice profit, the content we create needs to be valuable and informative. Unfortunately, too many teachers are telling students to interview experts without giving them the tools or insight to do it well. And as a result, a lot of online interviewers continue to churn out products that don't deliver on their promise of secrets revealed. They have no idea that they're making some serious mistakes, ones that greatly impact their bottom line. The first big mistake marketers make when interviewing is serving up tons of sizzle, but no steak. Okay, go ahead and dazzle me, but back it up with substance. The second big mistake is reading off a list of pre-written questions. Sorry, but that's a questionnaire, not an interview. The third big mistake is asking too many closed-ended questions. That comes across like an impersonal fact-finding mission. The fourth big mistake is trying to be too casual and conversational. The result is a big pile of soft fluff with no hard-hitting stuff. The fifth big mistake is poor preparation. So we get nervous interviewers with stumbly questions, bumbly interactions, and fumbly flow. And that brings us to the excuses people use for why they think they can't do interviews. One big excuse is fear or nervousness. But that can be overcome with preparation and a few key pieces of knowledge. For example, public speaking is the #1 fear in the U.S., bigger than death. But with interviews, you get to shine the spotlight on somebody else instead. Also, the adrenaline rush you might get from stress isn't always a bad thing. You can direct that energy into doing your best and think about fun things that bring you the same rush. Another common excuse is shyness or introversion. But many interviewers and even performers are introverts too. If that's you, you've already got a key interviewing skill down. You have a natural tendency to listen well. So now that we've got some excuses out of the way, and I've showed you why interviews are one of the best, fastest, and most leveraged ways to create quality, profitable content, and I've told you about some of the biggest costly mistakes that interviewers make when they're not sure how to get the best results from their interviews, the big question is, how can you start conducting high-quality, profitable interviews right away, even if you've never done it before? The solution is my complete Interviewing Unwrapped Producer Profit Pack. Everything you need to know to start creating and profiting from top-notch expert interviews that will keep customers buying, using, and recommending your products. It's based on my 17 years of experience conducting hundreds of interviews, including my trials, errors, tests, tweaks, and triumphs. So you don't have to go through all that. You get 3 comprehensive physical manuals, including the Flagship Book 1, which teaches you all my advanced interviewing methods, tips, tricks, and techniques. Things like the truth about common myths, how to properly prepare, how to create flow in your interviews, the 3 R's of interviewing relations, refining your topic, purpose, and focus, the best kinds of questions to ask, what types of questions to avoid, adapting for different formats, and finding and securing your guests. And then there's Book 2, which features interviews with 10 top online interviewers and how they get quality content from their guests. You'll discover tips like how to develop the #1 skill fast, how to tactfully bring up tough topics, how to get a guest to say more, what to do when they won't answer, the secret 6 intimate question types, transitioning from content to pitch, how copywriting skills can be used, how to create a loyal following, and 7 basic income streams to employ. Book 2 also includes some valuable tools, like swipe copy templates for guest testimonials and instant questions that can be applied to any interview. In Book 3, you get a full interview with me on interviewing experts for profit-pulling content, along with a cheat sheet and action guide that enhances your learning. You also get a set of 6 CDs and a bonus 7th CD, featuring all 11 audio interviews from Books 2 and 3, as well as instant online access to additional training, reports, ebooks, audios, videos, legal agreements, squeeze pages, templates, swipe files, and more. It's essentially a very comprehensive tool chest with everything you need to create, brand, market, and profit from interviews, podcasts, teleseminars, webinars, and videos, including exclusive access to a private forum where you can ask me your personal interviewing questions for a full year. To get all this and more, just click on the order button below. Oh, but first, maybe you'd like to hear from somebody else why I'm the best person to teach you the techniques for creating high-quality, profitable content through interviews. Here's one. Heather is an astonishing host. Her questions are brilliant and to the point. Her interest is high and passionate. I've been interviewed thousands of times, but rarely by someone with such energy, skill, and heart. And that's from Dr. Joe Vitale, best-selling author. Next, Heather is a delightful and perceptive interviewer. I have to admit that she got me to talk about things in public no other interviewer ever has, and I'll have you know I've been featured in the National Enquirer. And that's from David Garfinkel, copywriter and author. Heather is the first interviewer to have ever caught me off guard. She has a razor-sharp mind and a demeanor that could make her the next Barbara Walters. And that's from Mark Joyner, internet marketing expert and best-selling author. Next, in the last 17 years, I've conducted well over 1,000 interviews, and Heather is far and away the best interviewer I've had the privilege of working with. Insightful, interesting, and intelligent are only a few words that describe her talents. That's from Dr. Joe Rubino, author and CEO. And finally, there's a fine line between a connected, content-rich interview and what feels like an interrogation. Heather gets it. Interviewing Unwrapped is a comprehensive resource revealing how she does it. That's from Sean Clark, copywriter and interviewer. So what does all this mean to you, and why should you care? Well, what's the point of working so hard to become good if I can't share what I know with others like you? Now you're going to be able to create amazing content that people really want to buy. And that gives you a ready-made money-making business model. Want some proof as to the profitability of these simple methods? How about my husband, Barry Goss, who did 3 interviews and raked in $40,000 cash in only 4 days, netting him a nice $18,000 profit after paying his affiliates? Or even better, the first project we did together, which included repurposed old interviews and brought in almost $108,000 in only 59 hours. Then there's Gopala Krishnan from Malaysia, who only sold 10 copies of his ebook in 2 years, but turned a few interviews into almost $2,000 in 72 hours with a 4.6% conversion. And Mike Littman and Jason Oman, who converted some old interviews into a best-selling book and made $104,500 from a single sale to a corporate client. These are just a few examples that show you can make money from interviews, regardless of your experience or level of online success so far. And that means you can do the same thing too. In fact, I practically guarantee it. If you buy Interviewing Unwrapped and use my techniques, but aren't able to get results or don't think you'll make back more than your purchase price, just let us know within 60 days what you tried, what happened, and what you felt was missing. Then return the product for a full refund minus the shipping and handling. To get all this and more with no risk to you, just click the order button below. Oh yeah, do you remember when I said I'd give you exclusive access to a private forum where you can ask me your personal interviewing questions for a full year? Because of that, we have to limit this offer to the first 50 people who respond. Hey, I'm creating content full-time, so I just can't accept any more than that. If you've ever wanted to create quality, profitable, fun, and effective online content, this is your chance. It's time to stop the excuses and start building wealth by providing value. To get all this and more right now before it's gone, go ahead and click the order button. Just to be clear, this is a physical product that will be shipped to your door, featuring 3 wire-bound manuals with room for notes and 7 audio CDs in a handy CD holder. And you'll also get a digital membership that gives you access to lots of additional multimedia content on how to create and profit from interviews, as well as a private members forum where you can ask me your personal interviewing questions. We've done everything we can think of to help you master the powerful skill of interviewing, so you can start creating top-notch content right away. This is the exact step-by-step process and principles that I use to become known as one of the best interviewers online. And now you can do the exact same thing without having to go through the years of trial and error that I did. Are you still there? Well, what are you waiting for? That's all I've got for you right now, but you'll have access to all my secrets for profitable content creation once you sign up for Interviewing Unwrapped. So go ahead and order now.